Hello, everyone. I am Queen Lily, and today we will be discussing Real Housewives of Dubai, Season 2, Episode 2 Friendships on Rocks. So it started out, you guys, it started out with Talene, but we're going to discuss each one of these girls because on this particular episode, Ayan was being a good girl. Caroline and her husband got a mess in that man's Michael's house, a big mess. Sarah and our girl, Chanel Ayan, has made up. And Caroline Brooks is a train wreck, a drunken train wreck at this point. And Lisa is so excited that her mom has come. The boys are happy. We're going to get to all this. And Talene, for this episode, is the star of this episode. I must give it to her. It's all about Talene this episode. And Brooks, it's going to mess up her relationship with Talene. I do believe that. She's stirring the pot just too much. But anyway, Talene is at home. She's getting ready for the evening. She's going to have a couple of girls over. She told her husband to take the kids out. So the husband's going to take the kids out. He can't find the kids' shoes. So she has to go help him with that. She said her husband is her third kid. She has a total of 2 kids. But her husband is her third kid. And then Sarah comes over. And Sarah, she comes over. She greets Sarah at the door. Talene does, her and her husband. And Talene tells us about her husband's father is a big contractor there. He has contracted a lot of buildings there, golf courses and different things there in Dubai, different infrastructures. So the ladies are sitting down having a good chat, Sarah and Talene. And Talene wants to introduce Sarah to a man. So the husband, he's leaving out, take the kids out to play. Sarah, she's not too interested in that because every man she gets, she ends up having to take care of them because she always the breadwinner. So she hears Talene out about this guy and she wants him to be spiritual. Sarah is spiritual, so. But Talene said, I got somebody for you. Yes, he's going to be at the party. You're going to love him. So we have Lisa, Caroline, and our girl Chanel Ayan, Queen Chanel Ayan. They all meet up. They're having a little brunch powwow with each other. And they talking about Talene, And they discuss how Talene just talk. And Caroline had to remind Chanel Ayan, well, this was you last year, darling. And they all begin to laugh and everything. And they all agree that Talene does talk a lot. She never shuts up. But I like Talene. I'm going to like her more when she get rid of Brooks. But anyway, they all having a talk, and Chanel talks about how Sarah, really hurt her, and she minimized her pain. And Caroline was like, well, maybe y'all can sit down and y'all talk it over, and everything will be fine. But Ayan is really hurt by that. And she feels they need to have a sit down and have a powwow. So we go back over to Lean House. Caroline Brooks finally arrives after always being late. She's always late, like Sarah said. So then they pan back over, let Lisa do a little talking over there with Chanel, Ayan, and Brooks. And Brooks is just listening or whatever. She's reminiscing about what happened. She's going to have a talk with Sarah. It's only best that they do at this point. I would be just cordial with Sarah. So then they pan over and they show Chanel Ayan's beauty. I'm excited for her makeup line. She had to go to for a meeting with her business partner, Tony, and her husband. Chanel Ayan has her new makeup line. Look at it, y'all. It's going to be nice. I'm so excited for her and her business partner, Tony. And then she go around and talk to all the models and greet them. And she says she's excited to have models from her own culture, from Africa. She's excited about that because she, all about raising up the dark women, the black and brown women like her. So her and her husband and Tony, yes, her business partner, Tony, they're all going to have a meeting together. I'm becoming very fond of Tony. I like her. And Chanel Ayan, she gives a story about why she chose women from her culture to be a part of her brand as a model. Her and Tony had known each other a long time. They did some work together in the past. Oh, look at that beauty. Chanel Ayan is a beautiful woman. I think she's the most beautiful woman on this actually on this TV show, on the Real Housewives of Dubai. She's so gorgeous. So Her and her husband, they all sit down. Tony and everybody sit down. They're having a meeting. And Chanel, our young, is not excited about talking about numbers. She don't want to hear anything about numbers. It gives her a headache. It nauseates her. So then she talks about some things with her husband that she's not liking with the women and everything. And her husband's very understanding because he sit there and listen to her about how she feel about everything. But he lets her know, business is, important. We need to handle this business for our young beauty. So then we get on over to Lisa with her mom. I'm excited for her. She gives a little, she reminisces about her mom, how things were before she moved there, and she only been supposed to been in Dubai 2 years. But she ended up being in Dubai a lot longer, because she married and her husband has a business there. So her mom comes to visit, and she was telling her husband that her mom is coming to visit. They all excited, her and the children. They so excited about it and everything. And then they pan back over with not Lisa, I'm sorry, but Sarah and our girl Ayan. They meet up, and she told Ayan how beautiful she is. Ayan said, "Oh, I know." Ayan's supposed to say thank you, but she did not. I love Chanel Ayan, but she can be a little conceited, sometimes more than a little. But they both apologize to each other. They're willing to mend the bridge and extend the olive branch, and the girls are gonna be fine. Sarah, I'm still a little iffy about her, but I can understand Chanel Ayan. She wants Sarah to understand where she's coming from because it's something that's really did her and it hurt her. And she wants to mend the fence, but she wants Sarah to have understanding this cannot happen again. And I want to extend the olive branch. So we had Lisa and her mom, how close she was with her mom, and her and the kids going to meet her mom at the airport to pick her mom up. They're excited to see her mom. They run to Lisa's mom. The kids are so excited. They have balloons, roses, sign, poster board up for her. They run to their grandmother. And Lisa mentions to her grandmother, "Oh, I see you brought your Louis bag." So she's like her mom into fashion and everything. The mom loves fashion as well. The boys are so excited that their grandmother is there to go home with them. And they gave her their poster board they had made for her. And they walking through the airport, they're leaving, and they're so excited to have grandmother in town. So we go over to Talene's, and she's, set up for the dinner party, and everybody come. Her parents are there. And her dad, as they stated, he's a contractor. He does infrastructure work. He's a builder, I guess you would say. She's talking to her family, and everybody is there. They're discussing a couple things, and she's talking to her mom about some things. What are you having to drink, Mom? And they reminisce about her parents, her father and her mom when they were younger, and their upbringing and everything. Her mom is gorgeous, yes. Beautiful mom, she is. Talene comes from a good family, a family of money. Her father is an attorney. He has an office in D.C. and he has an office there in Dubai. That's money. Old money, yeah. Talene married money. She's smart. Her daddy got money too as well. But her dad is an attorney. Her husband is the one. Her father does contract work. So they reminisce about the past, and they show Talene with her family. Beautiful family. And that's Talene's mother and father. Yes. They joined him at the dinner party. So all the girls are there, and Chanel Ayan is having a talk with Caroline Stanbury, which is my girl, Caroline Stanbury. I love her. And Talene is going to try to hook up Sarah with the guy back there that I don't even find him attractive. I don't see why Talene think this guy's attractive. They're about to show the guy. There he is. He's not attracted at all. He look like Woody Woodpecker. And I just don't understand, Talene, because your husband is nice looking. Do not hook Sarah with Woody Woodpecker. Okay? Don't do Sarah like that. No. And Caroline Brooks, she's drunk, a hot mess. She gets to dancing all around drunk, hunching on Talene, being so immature. When she swears, she's so immature, But anyway, Sarah looking at the guy because she really ain't interested in that guy, Caroline Brooks go over to Caroline Stanbury, harassing her and tell her, "You're my friend. We've been friends a long time, sloppy drunk mess." I did not know this girl can get this sloppy drunk. But anyway, we go back and, everybody's talking. All the girls are talking. Caroline Brooks trying to convince Stanbury to have a talk with her, and she told Caroline she's been nasty towards her. Caroline Stanbury has not been nasty towards you. Caroline Brooks, you're a sloppy drunk mess. Just shut up. And Aya, she's sitting there scoping out everything. She's like, at least it ain't me in this mess. Somebody else's mess. Her and Sarah had the mess last time. Anyway, they go sit out on the sofa, and Sarah goes out there with Caroline Brooks and Caroline Stanbury. She tells she's going to lead them to have that powwow. Caroline Brooks is so drunk, you guys. She keep closing her eyes back and forth. Sarah's like, I'm not getting involved in it. I want the ladies to sit there and have a talk. I was jelly to her peanut butter. Then Caroline Brooks is sitting there talking, and Caroline Brooks is talking out her head. Caroline Stanbury don't understand where she's coming from with her anger. We don't understand it as well. And she's trying to be understanding, but it's hard for her to even comprehend. It's hard for Caroline Stanbury to comprehend what Caroline Brooks is talking about. She hasn't done anything to her. They was just friends last season. And Caroline Brooks, she let her know, well, Talene told me what you said, and you went and stirred up a mess with me and Talene. And she was like, well, let me go get Talene. And they're sitting there talking, and she's going off at Caroline. Then she decides she's going to go get Talene. Caroline Brooks is a sloppy drunk mess, y'all. In this episode, I was disappointed. So Caroline Stanbury sitting there waiting on her to come back with Talene, because this is a hot mess. So Talene sits down with the ladies, and she explained to Caroline Brooks, well, you told me Caroline Stanbury said such and such. And she was like, well, you're my friend. I took up you, and I don't want her talking about you because you did say such and such, Caroline Stanbury. You did da-da-da-da. Oh, gosh, she's such a sloppy drunk mess. And then they flash back to Caroline Stanbury and Talene having a talk. And Caroline Brooks is standing on what she believed is right. Because she's saying she's Talene's friend. She was fighting for Talene, which she wasn't. She was just being a messy bee. Yes, she was. Talene was letting her know, I can take care of myself. You are my friend, and I appreciate you being protective of me, but it's not that serious. It's not that serious to her. And then she was like, well, she was talking about your tutu at the Beyonce concert there in Dubai, and I didn't like her talking about you. Caroline Stanbury is like, what the F? And Caroline Brooks gets louder and louder. Talene is like, it's not that serious about my woo-woo. My vajayjay, it's not that serious. Caroline Brooks is looking at her husband, Sergio, because he's peeping in there. Sergio want to know what's going on, so the other ladies come over. Chanel Ayan and Sarah. He was like, that's my wife. He's talking about his wife, Caroline Stanbury. So the other ladies, they head in, and Sergio, he's peeping in because he's protected of his bank account. Caroline Stanbury is the bank. She's the one with the money. She's the provider. He's much younger. I hate to say it, Caroline Stanbury, I love you, but you're a sugar mama. Cougar, okay? So Caroline explaining what's going on. And Brooks is still acting a fool. She's loud. Can't keep her eyes open. Loud and busted and disgusted. Then we have our girl Chanel Ayan. She chimes in and let them know it's not that serious. It was actually funny. Caroline Brooks is still going off at the mall trying to convince Talene is more than what it is when Talene already said it's not that serious about my vajayjay, y'all. It's just not that serious. And then our girl Chanel Ayan says it was funny, ladies. It's not that serious. It was funny. It wasn't to be mean. It was funny. Do you not get it, Caroline Brooks? It was simply just something that was funny. It was not something to want to fight about. It was funny. Do you not get it? Caroline Brooks get louder and louder. She gets aggressive. Her tone is out of control. Everybody is fed up with her. All the ladies. Chanel Ayan, like, this is crazy. It wasn't that serious. Caroline Brooks did not mean any harm. And Talene doesn't find it as meaning any harm. Then she kind of gets upset with our girl Chanel Ayan, put her hands up, talk to the hand. Caroline Brooks is just like, the girl is out of control. She's drunk. I ain't trying to hear this. Caroline Brooks is sitting there chilling like, oh, God, this lady crazy. God, make her shut up. Oh, my God. She is getting on my nerves. Then